So, we're going home.
We're gonna fly like this. Can you fly? It's a rainy exit in Ingbo. So we just started our trip. It's just after 9, and Johannesburg is T-minus 51 hours.
51 hours. Here we go. It starts with a high-speed train ride to Hangzhou. Remember Hangzhou? We head north and turn west towards Zhejiang's capital.
Yeah.
At 250 kilometers an hour, we stopped at some stations. The trip takes about an hour to Hangzhou's South Railway Station, within close proximity of the airport.
What's that? Say hi for the vliegtuig. Hey! We're going far away.
The second stop of the journey is an 18-odd-hour layover in Hong Kong. We have never been to Hong Kong. We opted to stay within a reasonable distance of the airport on Discovery Bay. It's the first time in more than 3 years that we're outside of the mainland.
Can you hear something in the cup?
We immediately recognize the increase in diversity. Internationals and white warren are everywhere. The Hong Kong Islands are wonderfully green. We definitely go back soon and explore it a bit.
There's a baba.
We spend a couple of hours in Ethiopia's capital. The coffee options are with or without.
This is a non-smoking flight. Smoking is prohibited in the entire craft, including the lavatories. Tampering with the lavatory smoke detectors is prohibited. And place the oxygen mask over your nose and mouth. And breathe normally. Make sure your mask is well adjusted before helping others.
Then, Lake Tanganyika and touchdown in Johannesburg.
International Airport. The local time is 15 minutes past 1 in the afternoon.
Our plans are complicated a little and we end up staying in OR Tambo Airport for a couple of days. Johannesburg feels small and dark thanks to load shedding.
Oh, dit is een mooie glimlach. Hallo Frans.
Hallo.
Hoi mijn man.
Niet zo met jou.
Is het lekker om te besturen?
Nee, hun喜欢.
I've not been behind the steering wheel since 2019. Our first big visit is in Bloemfontein at my sister's place.
Is that your baby camera?
Yeah, this is my baby camera.
My parents introduced Nina to farm animals and farming things.
Ik ga opa bezig. Opa tenminste gaan lekker mee gaan staan. Maar opa gaan beziger worden.
Ja.
Bloemfontein omgewing kry gemiddeld 500 tussen 500 en 600 met so. Ons het nooit water gelei op dit nodig water.
She meets her cousins for the first time and they show her around. Nina is crazy about ducks.
Nee, jullie het geniet.
My parents and sister's family reside on a small holding some distance outside Bloemfontein. It's a quaint little setup with everything young kids could want growing up. Especially ducks, geese, ponies, sheep, gardens, space. Space to play outside.
Yes, all full. We all full of the wall, that's right.
Want selfs in daai steen en in fyn krakies tussen die fondasie of tussen die vloer en die jongens kom nou saadjies in en die gras groei en hy breek hom maar later.
Moet ek hom help vang, pa?
Ja, busy.
Spending time with family. Talking about this and that. That's something we don't have much of these days.
They're just skittish. Are they okay? See, it's fine. Nothing happened. Pas jy? Nina? Nina? Wow, dis jy! Ah! Daai honde is oulik.
What can I be your sister?
No, you can be my niece. Do you know what a niece is? It's my sister's child.
The days are spent outside. Braais, dinner, under the stars. Even a quick visit from Starlink.
Hulle volstryk boys. Frans, hoe verander ek waar die
Ek probeer ook al, ek kan nie onthou nie broer. Ek het nie daai kamera in 'n lang tyd hanteer nie.
We go see some wildlife at Neville Hill, inside the city.
Say smile, say hello.
I spent 4 years of my life there, studying drama, birthplace of Tolkien, city of roses.
Oh.
Okay, you found me. Ek kom met jou.
Dankie, kom ons gaan speel, dan kan ons speel.
I don't. I maybe have 999 cameras, but I don't have 1,000 cameras. There's only one lady in my life. Kyk die vliegtuigie. Daar's 'n Piper, wat is daai? Dit lyk legit, jy lyk cool. Shot. Ja, maar lyk meer boer. Vir een of ander rede laat dit maar meer soos 'n boer lyk. Ja, jy kan. Sien jy wat ek bedoel? Daai spinnetjie daai. Ja. Hey, vrienders. Your homework.
Die boerenmarkt, called the Farmers Market in Langenhoven Park, is a well-established market that operates once a week. It strongly reflects many aspects of what it means to be a Bloemfonteiner. Biltong, meats, leather products, coffees, pancakes, baby clothes, homeopathic medicines, jumping castles, basically an excuse to get away from Netflix and spend some time with family and friends. The family eats lunch. My brother and I head to Mimosa Mall in the middle of a load-shedding session to find a place to cut our hair. It's uncanny, the atmosphere, where the normal amount of shoppers dwell around a space that seems as though it's meant to be closed for the night.
Ek het 'n 1.4 lens, ek kan nogal dit reg doen. Ek neem nie foto's nie, ek neem video. Maar dis dieselfde.
Can I also hold the camera?
Yes, you can.
There is so much beauty developed in these moments, spent with people dearest to us. What has been built here is a result of labors of love. Someone wanted to develop something beautiful. Something beautiful was created, and now it serves as a place of togetherness. It's a meaningful time and incredibly special for us, especially to see our daughter experience things in a way we used to have as kids. Not too far from this exact location. My dad takes me to a nearby holding, a conservancy of sorts, land that has not been used for farming in decades. It used to be used as a place where Afrikaners came together on 16 December to commemorate Sarel's year's covenant with God.
Wat 'n geloftefees was dit?
Dit is 16 Desember geloftefees is hier altyd fees. Fees hier by mekaar.
Say boom.
Nice.
Good job.
Daai veel vleis in.
Cool.
Dat hou elke lekker been.
Jo, Veerle.
Gaan jy nog? Kan jy so? Gaan jy nog? Okay, go. Bye. Bye. By die boom. Mama, is Tokkie.
Ja, sy kan nie.
The botanical garden is another good spot to check out if you are ever in Bloem and you don't know what to do with yourself. There's plenty of water, lawns, short hikes, and basically a doorway to many things that make the Free State the Free State.
In Kroonstad was dit so rooi.
Sien jy die jakkals voor? Daai ene. O, mama, hulle lank tussen visant. Daar was actually 'n visant gesien.
Ja.
Met keelkanarie. Sien jy se
Nee? 20 maande oud. Geen man nie.
Daar's een. Mooi.
Jo.
This wall was built by the British during the Anglo-Boer War to create a dam for their horses to have water. My grandparents' farm had walls very similar to this one, for the rose gardens upon which we waddled along as tots. What do we need and what do we want as people? It's a question with a myriad of complex answers, but I'd like to believe that one of them is to provide a good life for our kids, similar to the ones we had as children. This might seem possible to currently obtain in these circumstances, here, in this place. Why the heck are we then in a country where we will always be considered foreign, no matter how integrated we attempt to become?
Langer China afdruk. Grootstad. Boshoff selfs dink ek.
My parents were in China for 7 years before they returned home. Isn't home where the heart is? I guess where one's heart is depends on one's own personal opinion on what is valuable. Considering that, being away from family is a dear price to pay.
Bonk. Oh no! Oh, opa het ook omgevallen.
Jy moet besigtig omvallen.
Bij bom. Heeft hij omgevallen? Love you. Wow. Oh. Moet je schoenen uittrekken? Is dit? Waar gaan jij? Waar gaan jij? Oké. Wat is dat? Kijk hier die knieën. Oh. Is dat? Op je oor. Niet in je oor. Doe op je oor. Ah, dat is jij. Oeh la la. Ja. Is het cool? Is het cool? Oké. Wakkie oogjes? Wakkie oogjes?
Spanning maak seer.
How often are little things overlooked? One day we will look back and realize that those were the big things. I have a lifetime of these little things occurring, making life incredible. One little thing at a time. One little thing at a time.
Nog één keer. Ready?
Eén keer.
Oké. And are you ready? Time is klaar. Iedereen nog één keer. Oké.
If we spent 100 hours traveling for only that moment, it would have been a worthwhile cause. Bloem has very little to offer on the surface, yet somehow it seems that we'll always return there. It represents South Africa in so many ways. It's a blend between the worlds between the country and the uber jungle of Johannesburg. It's Afrikaans, it's platteland, and it has a Starbucks.
Dis omdat hy die appel sien.
Ja.
Om die lyfpotjie uit. Gaan dis nog. Dis nog. Daar. Ja, dis moeilik en is so net geneem. Hou vas en sy. Sy. Kyk bietjie hier, ook nie.
By die China shop in Danpienaar. Ek het dit onthou van toe ons hier gebly het. Triple 8, ja. Pa. Ek moes dit net glad nie in die yskas gesit nie.
You want to do it with us?
There's a family in China. They're called the Plings. And they weren't very smart. And then they made the food like this.
Then you can fold it over like that. Fold it closed. Like you're closing a pizza or something. And then you put your hand in the water. You can put both your hands in the water to make it a little bit sticky.
Okay, and then
you look. This is not working very well. And then you squeeze it together like that.
Is this a ball?
Yes, that's a ball. That's perfect.
Very cool.
Look what
That's
I
awesome.
did.
You can make it look like
Is
a
this
flower.
one?
Also, make sure that you don't tear the dough.
That's legit.
Ja, en die fillings was ook okay.
What's legit?
It means it's really good.
I'm gonna make 5 for you.
One of the cool things about living overseas is having the opportunity to share the good things of other people with people back home. We struggle to source pork mince and settled with the South African favorite, venison.
Daddy, would you like to taste one of Lila's?
The dough should be a little bit more deurskynend.
Okay, sorry, ek wil net gou Dwayne oopmaak om te kyk. Ja nee, dis nou weer David wat amazing is met alles.
And like that, with much love and time together at Die Venters and the Fouries together for the first time in years, the time has come for us Fourikies to transfer to the next leg of our South African journey, south towards Jeffreys Bay.
For you.
Oh, nice one. That looks so cool.
Okay, go, bye. Maar de tuinslang is ook lekker, Daddy. Hallo.
The Great Karoo, an ever-expanding expanse of flat plains, interrupted by hills on the horizon, undulating around one, breaking the lines. Trucks on the N1, 120 km an hour. The Karoo is remarkably green for a region known to be historically dry. Water and grass cover the landscapes. We love seeing our own country through the eyes of Nina. It makes us appreciate what we have even more. We crossed the Orange River into the Northern Cape.
Sien jy, dis 'n brug en daar's 'n rivier. Wow. Wat's dat? 'n heuwel. Is het lekker?
The unofficial capital of the Karoo, home of a cactus forest, a remarkable church building, Spandau.
Hello, sweetie pie.
Kijk waar letterlijk die van Sheppel meneer Herman over die stelling toe. En dan sê ek so ek soek 12 horrelborde. Van waar jy?
Ek's van China af.
China?
Ja.
Hey man. Geniet het.
Dankie. Bye. We're in Grafrein 8. First drove horse since 2020. Yeah. It's worth it.
I don't know why you have any left. I'm already finished.
Further south we descend through the heart of the Eastern Cape, a wildlife and a game farm hotspot with the occasional roadworks stop for good measure. We pass by some of the informal settlements, a stark reminder that inequality is alive and well. Some of the poorest live next to some of the wealthiest people on earth, even here, in one of South Africa's beach towns.
Jou naai. Jou naam is Jean.
Yes.
Is he happy?
Say jump.
Before this, I haven't seen my brother since 2018. We shared a room on and off for probably 20 years. Then, circumstantially, nothing.
Gaan ons 'n koutjie bygooi.
Ja, dis lekker. Dit ruik presies soos daar.
We dedicated these couple of days specifically with him to counteract this unwanted hiatus.
Trek lekker. Boeloksom.
He brought a rum that he received as thanks from his first qualified pilot student. He took some personal leave days to come and just be with us. It was an absolute reason for celebration.
Besef ek hoe klein daai eende op die plaas is.
There's a reason Jeffreys Bay is considered to be South Africa's playground. Or was it Durban? Ah, yes, that's Durban. Well, Jeffreys is South Africa's top surfing spot. I think that's what makes it famous. Something to do with a specific barrel that's unique in the world? Perhaps that's it. Well, we found ourselves here anyways. Eugene opted to slide onto super tubes for a bit of standing around and perhaps leaning forward onto a board that happens to float on top of a wave on the best surfing barrel in the world. The waves weren't particularly large that day, but one of the perks of this place is that the waves always retain their shape. It's a perfect training ground.
Nina, what your chowing means?
Ice cream.
Ice cream. Yum.
Is it yummy? Oh, big bite. Oh.
If you ever plan on going to Jeffrey's, you absolutely have to visit Nina's. It's a spot where you get everything from curries to sushi to Italian to traditional South African with good coffee to boot and a great surfer's motif. This is not a personal reason for me to visit, but no break to Jeffrey's would ever be complete without some excursion to the local surf brand clothing stores. Of course, for the ladies in the household, this was a vital part of the course. While they went clothing shopping and finding beachwear, Eugene took on the task of teaching me the fine artistic skill of kite surfing. One small problem. At that moment in time, there was absolutely no wind in Jeffrey's.
Which is weird, want ek meen ek gaan doen dit vir die lewens. Okay, stop.
Want ek kom stop?
So kon dit.
Ek weet nie hoe nie. Ek kan hom
Eugene's just that guy that can always get me pumped up to try something new. He's my younger brother, but in many ways he's been my inspiration. With the family going and coming throughout the last decade between Western Cape, Eastern Cape, Free State, Tianjin, Zhejiang, friggin' Dong Bay, he's been keeping it steady here in Port Alfred, doing his thing, being awesome.
So I'm not sure what they mean, maar ek weet ek vlieg. Is die gedeel daaroor. Kyk ek so net soos hier is. Dis ek nou, jy moet gaan land nee. Dis baie.
An hour later, and still very little wind. The afternoon awards itself with being a good opportunity for us to just have some talk time. And Eugene shows me the ropes on the sand. Back in 1999, my dad bought a flexifoil power kite at the V&A in Cape Town. So the basics of flying kites weren't that entirely foreign a concept to me. But it has been a while, and many things have changed since then. I mean, who still listens to Limp Bizkit? I spent many similar days during my childhood on beaches like these. We have a great deal of good things, important family building locations and things available in fairly small area here in South Africa. These things are sorely lacking in China. Why are we then so far removed from our loved ones and beloved country? The answer isn't a simple one. Many people leave because of the corrupt government, crime, or financial instability, lack of service delivery, general exclusion of certain races in the business and professional sector. We didn't leave because of those things. The truth is, South Africa is frigging beautiful. To be able to live in it is an honor not bestowed to many. I don't think we'd have lived in China or anywhere else if we had the means to comfortably create a life for us here. We sorely miss our culture, our people, our friends, our family. What life do we want for our family? What relationships do we crave for ourselves? The reality is just, unfortunately, not that clear cut.
Heerlijk.
And Nina can smile. And I can smile. Ah, come on, focus on my face. There we go. Smile. And Nina can smile. Who's that? Nina. And who's that? And who's that?
We're on to our last leg of this journey, family time in Plettenberg Bay. Nina is to meet mom's side's grandparents for the first time.
Waar is ons?
Vreselijk lief voor is nie.
Nee.
Almal so mal oor is.
Kyk, voete. Wow. Wow. Jong, hierdie bene kan skop, hoor, Daddy.
Ah,
Ja.
I want to see.
Nina can say, see, Daddy. There's Robert. Friends.
Friends, is friends still there?
I think so.
Nice.
En daar's Checkers. Gaan jy waai vir almal? Gaan jy hallo sê vir almal? Okay. Nina sê sy sal waai vir almal, Daddy. Hallo almal.
Better just lock the doors here quickly.
Die estate agent area.
Mama, no.
Stop. Oh,
Let gas, look outside.
still there.
Doesn't look too bad.
Is die gelato plek nog daar, ja?
Nice palazzo.
Hy's Palazzo and
But
we're
what's his
already
face
stuck
is-
in traffic. Oh my
What?
goodness, where's the table?
Where's the table? What's nice?
There it
Let's
is.
get out the table. What? That doesn't work.
That's not the table.
The
And there's the
restaurants and
dolphin.
daar's niemand, geen restaurant survive daai kant nie.
These oddlings. Oddlands, but indoors, you see it. The Surf Cafe.
Surf
Boom.
Cafe, dis 'n revive dit.
SK's Hill.
Soft kitchens.
En daar's 'n ander huis. Sy open ouma's huis.
Ladies and gentlemen, Plettenberg Bay. My Stradivarius replica. There it is, built in 1731, restored in the 1920s and again by my parents when I was 16 so that I can play it. Many hours have been spent on this stoop. It's a great open plan area with views of Plates Beach and the Pisang Valley mouth.
Yeah? Okay, where are we going?
We don't know.
Where are we going?
As staan hier lande. Kyk hier so vrees. Kyk hier, jy kan hier so vat. Ver weg van op jou.
We obviously never get to braai in China. Here in South Africa, not many nights go by without us getting a good fire going. It's one of the 4 elements. It's the birthplace of many stories, many unforgettable experiences.
Trappel. Ja. Au! Oeh, eina! Maak so met jou hand.
It's safe to say that Nina likes Uncle Derek.
We don't buy anybody.
Hier's nog een, kom vat hom. Julle sien nie, maar julle praat nou kom nader. Ja, nie nou nie.
Wat sê so ja?
Wat van hom?
Wat is?
Dis 'n goeie antwoord daai Frans. Ja.
Wat is al meer?
Hulle hier uitgekry. Ja, ek het hom. Jy wat jy uitgekry.
Socializing around food. I know this happens all over the world, but I do feel that it especially happens here.
Al die mamas en papas en oumas, oupas, boeties, sissies.
En langbottels wat die kinders vir ons gegee het, onthou jy?
Ja.
Daai langbottels, ons moet hulle nou opmaak terwyl hulle hier is.
Ja, jy moet daar sit in die kar, dan moet jy voel of die kar gesond is.
Is hy okay die kar?
Wat dink jy?
Maar die kar se hart klop nie. Go fast. Wow, squeaky. Oh,
I love seeing familiar places like Plettenberg Bay through the eyes of my daughter. It reminds me of the 80s and 90s and what it was like to be a kid. Coming to the beach, seeing the garden roots forests, the mountains. These familial bonds are so important to us as people. It's good to afford these times and to see our kid grow and develop an understanding these moments hold. We take a quick trip to the East Head Cafe in Knysna, the place I consider my hometown. Also the place where I lived the longest. The entire garden route is somewhat of an island in the sense that the apparent decay of the country's infrastructure and industries are slowed down here. The erosion is running a little less intensely, giving the illusion that all is well in good old South Africa.
Yeah, being back in South Africa is definitely an interesting experience. I mean, it's home. It's where I'm from. It's what I am. But it's not. I don't want to work here. Most people with qualifications are leaving. There's a very big exodus of educated people. It's because, I mean, at the moment there's no electricity.
Mama. Big.
Nee, Alex ook 'n interessante persoonlikhede die pa en die ma. Die probleme en die goed wat die kinders sê is so spot aan. Hallo. Julle doen dit. Geef
Nina, mag ek nie kry nie? Kom.
Woting bedong. Maar sy ken vir Gambay oom, so.
Gambay.
Ja, sy ken vir Gambay.
Gambay.
Dankie oom Richard. Het jy gesê dankie?
Hallo.
I really wanted to do at least one trip on a bicycle, so I rented a mountain bike from the bike shop in Plett for an excursion. It was a great way to revisit the sights in Plett. Some of the tucked away corners, emptier beaches, viewpoints. Richard gave me a lift to Hakeville, a piece of protected indigenous forest with a bunch of cycling routes crisscrossing through the trees.
Awesome.
I did some of these routes in the early 2000s. I was hoping that the registration procedure would still be the same. But the officers have changed and there was no one on duty.
Weekdays 8 to 5. Garden of Eden.
So we drove around to the Hakeville hiking trail start.
Yeah, I'd get a self-issue permit. Look, it was a really good system. Oh, nothing in there. You are kindly requested to please complete the permit counterfoil thoroughly. This is a legal requirement. Which one? That one?
There were signs up for the cycling routes, but all of the offices were vacant and closed.
Once I was a pebble, now I am a rock.
Initially defeated, we opted for a coffee at the local filling station. We asked around and learned that the offices are supposed to function from the same location as what I had remembered from the 2000s. So we returned to the start. This was way later than opening hours, so I decided to go in anyways, as I remember the routes and they were well marked. The trail starts with a jeep track pointing straight southward towards the Indian Ocean. The plan was to do the red route, the long one, but since I've lost so much time already, and for lack of communication, I opted for the shorter, less challenging green route instead and communicated my plan with Richard so as to be safe.
I'm going into the Hakeville forest alone. It's a wonderful day. The sun came out. It was very cloudy earlier. Now there's some sunshine. It's going to make a big difference in the day. So here we are in the nice forest. The first part of the track's jeep track, if I remember correctly. I haven't done this road with a bicycle 20 years. More than 20 years. Actually, yeah, about 22 years. So this is great. I have a good time, and I'll try and show you some of the ins and outs and the intricacies of the Neisner forest. It's very different to China. The roads very much more undulating because in China it's a lot more flat. It's a lot more flat, a lot less up and down. But yeah, it's amazing to think there's nothing around me at the moment, just forest.
Yeah, that's not a feeling easily replicated in China. One can truly be separated from people here, totally immersed in nature, without having to escape hours on end trying to leave a city or the farmlands.
It's amazing to step foot in the Neisner forest again. a sign that says waterfall. We're gonna do it. Yes, we're going to do it. Let's go to the waterfall. Oh wow, look at that. Pretty man. Pretty stuff. Let's go swim, man. Oh, isn't that something pretty to behold? Green route today. It's not the tough one. The tough one's the red one. Apparently it's really tough. The only reason I'm not doing the red one is because of time. I need to get back. Time to hydrate. It's pretty hot today. Just came through the plantations now. The plantations are a lot hotter than the actual forest. Can you hear the songbird? Saw a documentary with David Attenborough last night about songbirds. A border within a border. So for the next couple of kilometers, single track. Oh yeah. Such a nice day. Stunning trees, eh? You don't see this if you don't get out of your house.
The remainder of the trail zigzags north again, trying to find the N2. Some of the track is shared with hikers, so caution is advised. I've seen only 2 other cyclists on the track that day.
One or 2 years older than I am. Wish I got that on camera. Just almost ran over a snake. It's amazing how I went like... forest now, but I don't think I'm too far out. I'm on 22 k's for the day so far, which is really not a lot. People are busy crossing the Knysna forest. It takes a lot quicker these days than it used to back in the day. I guess it's breakfast all day, right?
Yeah.
Which one's really nice? Full farmers? Can I have an extra egg with that? So 3 eggs.
I reward myself with a nice breakfast at the Yellow restaurant in Harkeville and neutralize all the healthy benefits I got from the cycle trip with all the sugar I can eat.
Yeah, I think I'm getting my sugar intake for the day.
Point Bike Shop's red beast towards Plet on the N2 and reminisce of the hundreds of trips I used to take on this road, and a lot of when I visited my girlfriend in Plet. I also make a coffee stop at the Heath, a spot where we have had many a coffee back in the day as well.
It's very, very resourceful. It's owl, yeah. So we can put this here like this. Now it's like a mini owl, just a mini owl.
Male owl, Daddy.
Male owl. Meow! Meow! Ow! Because Daddy's jokes are dry. Around the dry. This is Oddlands. What an odd situation we're in.
Mama.
Oei jong, want as hierdie sand nou eers plak aan hierdie sunscreen.
Ja, kom gee maar. Gooi daar in, ja. Maak jy die emmer vol. Maak hom vol. Kom skep, kom ek help jou.
Kyk wat roetjie. Konsentrasie.
Papa.
Maak handjies so, so 'n bakkie.
Ja, droog.
Net so, hoor. Net so.
Sjoe, Nina het nou baie sand.
Wys
Jo, kyk al hy sand.
Yo, can you put it on? Oh! Azai!
Gooi nog iets aan. Nog. Zo. Maak. Ja, maak hulle toe. Druk hulle vas.
Sit jou voete in. Kyk, kom ons wys jou met mama. Kyk mamma se voet. Oupa. Mamma se voet. Bye.
Kom maak hom toe.
Kom maak hom toe. Bye.
Daar's
Bye. Jou se voet.
kyk. Ja, maak toe. Nou werk jy hard. Sê.
Baie baie.
With our time in South Africa slowly running out, it's time to start thinking about heading back to work. It's probably time to join the race again, hustle, make ends meet. Nah, this life is huge. A great friend of mine once said that the world is a much bigger place than South Africa. I'm happy to explore the world outside my country.
This was one of our first dates. It's in a path like this.
I hope that I'll always find my way home though. I always felt like the rest of the world is the other side and greener, like the grass in the expression. It's not. There's just more. If one can look past all the corruption and engineered poverty and find a way to make a decent income despite the choking load shedding, one problem with South Africa to deal with is the sheer diverse beauty that is accessible in really small areas in large doses. This makes for a potentially fulfilling life and could make one content of missing out on the rest of what the planet has to offer.
So duidelijk, nee. Ja. Daar geen zon kan daar weer komen.
Bye.
Bye.
It is a cover. That's better than the original. The original's not bad.
Ultimately, this is where it's at. No matter what faith, religion, philosophy you follow, a universal truth is that everyone is dispensable, except family. At the moment, that means China. In the future, it might almost definitely mean somewhere else. The world is indeed a big place, and it's indeed beautiful and diverse. I'm so thankful for the opportunity to build this life for my family, to have the world opened up for us, to have the potential to go anywhere and experience everything. We truly are a lucky bunch.
Apparently it's not path care, it's path care because it's pathology. So to go get a PCR test to fly back to China. That's a wimpy baby Chino. Ja, sei klar. Ja.
Laptops and notebooks equipped with flight mode may be used. Our team will also begin preparations for kitchen service. Our menu is available in the seat pocket in front of you, so please have your order and correct payment ready for us when you reach you. Bring that instant cash as well as most chip credit cards. Please note we will not be accepting any debit or check cards on this flight.
The trip back to Johannesburg gives me a bird's eye view of our country, the Outeniquas, the stark divide of the Green Garden route and the Karoo, Van der Kloofdam, the tragedy that is Jagersfontein. I see Baines Vlei one last time. Johannesburg has one last pleasant surprise. My beautiful parents decided to come and see me off.
Is dit nou hier? Nog een af, nee. Dan gaan het ook weer.
Goodbye for now, South Africa. Thanks to COVID, we haven't had the chance to see you in almost 4 years. May that never be the case again. See you soon, home.